Okay, we are recording another episode of Pass the Torch podcast. Tonight, really, I should just say that you got to get the cobwebs knocked off, got to get back on the horse and get the podcast back going. Mentorge has, again, you listen to every, especially every podcast that I put out, and it's just me. And I'm talking about Mentorge. We're continuing to grind. I joke around that it is a 5-year overnight success. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people are one day going to see Mentorge explode. And they're going to be like, whoa, where on earth did this company come from? This is crazy. Dude's lucky, man. Like, I wish that my company was successful. And, I'm going to look at him with the bags under my eyes and, the fatigue of being a startup founder and say, nah, this did not happen overnight. This was the result of perseverance, being persistent, being gritty, being clever, being creative, and figuring out what it took to make it successful. I've been doing this for a while, and if you've listened to the podcast and you're a little bit familiar with my story, you'll know that it started off as a nonprofit, but I really wanted to turn into a for-profit so that we could do some other things, and we can scale differently as a for-profit tech company, and that's what we're going to do. And it's going on 2021, and it's really easy to say, wow, I wish we were further than we are now, instead of just keeping your head down and going and grinding. Always be honest with where you're at, right? In terms of progress, but never give up because things are hard or because they are taking longer than you would like them to. Because a lot of people who are doing hard things, they've heard the saying that, there's light at the end of the tunnel, or you can invoke Winston Churchill, if you're going through hell, keep going. And that's important because things that are worth doing and things that are hard are not going to happen overnight. And I think there's there's lore of the Silicon Valley startup that, you build a company in a garage in a summer and it's there. And I think there's value in launching quickly. But I want to serve as an example, and also for people to look out there and see that some things, it's going to be a steady grind. Get out there, continue to put in the work, and one day your efforts are they're gonna pay off. And so that's something I think about all the time. There are absolutely ups and downs that I've personally experienced in being a startup founder. And I love this. I'll tell you that straight up. I love what I do. I love what I'm trying to build. And that is a platform that optimizes human potential. That is, at the end of the day, the big goal, the big vision. And that's incredibly ambitious. Like, what does that mean? And I've been going back and studying the entrepreneurs that have done great things, and I look at Jeff Bezos, and it's interesting. And he started with books, and you look at Amazon today, you can't recognize it. And I look at Mentorge today, and we're starting with connecting mentors and mentees, because my personal thesis is that greatness definitely comes from the individual working hard, the individual putting in the effort, but it also can be unlocked by surrounding yourself with the right people who are not going to do the work for you, but who are going to give you those rudder steers. So who are going to kind of, poke and prod where necessary and appropriately, to get the best effort out of you. And to me, that's what's super exciting about MenTorch, because this is nothing new. And you look at any great company, what they're doing is not something that's completely new under the sun. Even going to airplanes, when they came out, well, birds were flying, okay, so now we did it with humans. So it's a different application of something that is already in existence. And I'll leave it there, because we can go back and forth and battle the semantics, but I want you to think about it. Next time you see something, sometimes it is something that's most of the time it's something that already exists in one way, shape, or form. And so look at that next time you're looking at something that you think is completely novel and it's never existed before. I think what you're going to find is that you're seeing a better version, or you're seeing something that exists but it's being applied differently than before, which is pretty cool. But with MenTorch, again, we're starting with the human connection of mentorship, and that's gonna allow people who, you start out as a apprentice, a journeyman, or a master. That is not a new concept, but it can be applied through a platform and technologically, and using a platform such as MenTorch to help you navigate something that people view as a intangible relationship, such as mentorship. But I say that's trash. Because if you can use an application to get married, or an application to hook up, why on earth can't you use an application to meet people who are going to professionally optimize your ability to achieve? So that's where I'm at. And it might be a contrarian view. Well, mentorship happens organically. You can't force it. Okay, so these companies where people are literally meeting and getting married on, that's not happening organically, I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna be the person to fight against the grain, and say, I call your bluff, and we're gonna see where MenTorch fits in the market. So up till now, we really haven't inserted ourselves. It's been this testing of left and right, and kind of test tasting of where exactly we fit and how we're going to enter the market. And we we launched in February. Like we launched the platform. No kidding, you can sign up. And life in God has a sense of humor, because, well, I wouldn't say it's such a humor. It's not funny. But a month later, COVID happened. And if you are a startup and you need nothing but momentum, the last thing you need and want is something that gets in your way. And you know what? We have learned along the way, and all we're going to do is take every lesson learned, every pivot and twist and turn that we've gone through in 2020, and apply that to 2021. I haven't even really published a podcast really throughout this year. I've been mainly focused on family, and really focused on focusing. And that sounds crazy, right? So I made sure I understood what was going on with my startup. I made sure to spend time with my family. Made sure to focus on my goals and understand exactly where I needed to narrow, my my apparatus of where I was going, and that's going to allow me to really hit the ground running in 2021. But it's allowed me to see what we're doing right as a company and what we're doing wrong. And 2021 is it's going to be our year, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking at everything we've done, and again, 5-year overnight success, because this success absolutely did not happen right out of the bat. We've been working hard. The team that we have here, the board that we have, has not given up, and I appreciate every single one of them for seeing the vision and sticking with it. And I'm excited to continue to build this thing and prove the thesis of filling that gap of where people are connecting, people are going out there and finding where employment is offered. But I think we can do better in the department of offering a platform that enables achievement. And that's where MenTorch comes in, and we're excited to build it for you. So stay tuned, and the podcast will continue. And we're going to continue to tell our story. So I could talk to you forever, but I'm going to leave it there, and we'll keep the podcast going. I just need to discipline myself here so I can tell the story along the way. But stay tuned. We'll jump on again. And until next time, this is Lavontay Santos reminding you to seek knowledge and pass the torch. Boom.